Man City 3, Bournemouth 1. 5 things we learned from the game. Manchester City 6 points behind Arsenal in the Premier League title race. And I have to say, it's one of the best performances I've seen from City this season. Let's be completely real. Bournemouth this season have been absolutely superb and got defensively ripped apart from Erling Haaland, Cherokee as well. Absolutely sublime goal from Nico O'Reilly. We're going to break down 5 things we learned from the game and talk about the goals as well, of course. You have to say in the first half, it was as fluid, as dynamic, as open play as I've seen from Manchester City maybe this season. And that comes down to who's playing on the right. Cherokee, what a talent. Anytime he gets the ball, he's trying little flicks. He's trying to carry it a little bit and then give it off. He isn't going to beat you with raw pace. He's not going to take on the outside like Doku, but having that contrast, that juxtaposition between Doku off the left, who's always going to take on the outside and try and beat you, and obviously every now and then can cut in, whereas Cherokee can float around in that midfield, tuck right in and link up play on the kind of the inside swing of his pass outward beyond a centre-back into Erling Haaland's path. It's a beautiful combination that we've seen in this game that is developed, and he's only played a couple of games, and he's already picking up, I think he's on 4 goal contributions in the league this season, which is obviously beyond the likes of Florian Wirtz. I think he's lost a little bit of weight as well. I think Cherokee looks lean, and he looks very, very mobile as well. Unbelievable. Really, really is. Let's just talk about the first Erling Haaland goal. It's taken him into that kind of 26, 27 goal category in all competitions this season, or approaching that anyway, approaching the 100 goal Premier League club, miles quicker than Alan Shearer, who's currently got that record. A brace today for Erling Haaland. The first goal, a ball gets flicked into Cherokee. He heads it for a headed assist into Erling Haaland, who is just so quick, so powerful, so ruthless. And I had no doubt in my mind at that angle, he basically always finishes it. Sometimes when it's a little bit further left of goal, and it's on his left foot and he's hitting it, he's not bending around it, he can sometimes struggle on that side of the pitch. But you have to say, from that angle, he's always going to bury it. It was a great finish. Petrovic had a good game today, I thought, but Erling Haaland with a ruthless finish, you have to say. It was squeaky bum time in the eighth minute after that, because a standard corner really right on top of the goalkeeper for Bournemouth. And Donnarumma makes a terrible, terrible Sunday League error. I have no idea what he's doing. He looks a little bit flat-footed when the ball's coming in, and he completely sort of punches it with the back of his hand, and it floats up, and Tyler Adams scores a rare goal for him, and fairly justified. I thought Bournemouth were robust throughout the first half. They were competitive. They kept the ball quite well, and after the first Erling Haaland goal, this is a testament to how good Iraola is. They must have had about 80% possession for a straight 5-10 minute spell, which says Bournemouth are very, very competitive in these kind of games, and they're no soft touch. Absolutely not. Tyler Adams gets on top of the Donnarumma mistake. I don't like the fact Donnarumma was protesting to the referee. Ultimately got booked for it as well. A little bit amateurish. I think you have to hold your hands up sometimes. When I was younger, Joe Hart sometimes made a clanger. He would hold his hands up. For me, that's what you got to do if you're a keeper of that stature. It was really poor. You have to say after that, of course, nothing else happened. And they're going to be more physical size than Bournemouth coming into the box, and Donnarumma will have to address that going into the remainder of the season, no question about it. But when you got Erling Haaland, it's a get out of jail free card. It really, really is, because Cherokee and Haaland link up again. It's some beautiful interplay. Nico fires it into Cherokee, and he kind of first time plays it around the corner. Cherokee understands Haaland better than I've seen anyone since the prime De Bruyne Haaland connection from the treble winning season. He knows that ball on the outside. I think Cherokee releases the ball a lot smarter than someone like Doku. Even Marmoush can carry it a little bit too much. Cherokee, even though he wants to dribble with the ball, and he's got more than enough ability to do it, the great players of his ilk let the ball go quick first time, and Cherokee is a very, very quick instigator of attacking plays. Fires it into Erling Haaland with another good finish. Could have had a hat-trick a few minutes later. It's the 15th time that Erling Haaland gets substituted on a brace for Manchester City. So we're saying that if he'd stayed on for 15 more games, potentially, he could be on, let's just say 10 out of the 15, he scores another one out of nowhere. Another 10 hat-tricks. That's how incredible Erling Haaland's goal-scoring records are. And again, he could have had that hat-trick afterwards as well. In the second half, it was a very calm, classic Pep Guardiola kind of second half performance, stifling the game, not with parking the bus, not with kind of pragmatic physicality. It was more about just keeping the ball. And that's what every Manchester City fan wants to see. Prime Guardiola football is about nullifying the opposition with the ball. And last season gave the ball away too many times, too many counter-attacks. This would have been a 3-3 draw based on how good Bournemouth are, based on how good Semenyo is right now. And you have to say the quality on the ball from Nico Gonzalez, from Cherokee, from Bernardo, Nico O'Reilly, unbelievable. And Phil Foden had a great game today as well. Here are the 5 things we learned. If you've watched this far, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I've talked about Cherokee, 2 assists. He's picking up numbers. He obviously scored a great goal against Wolverhampton Wanderers right at the start of the season as well. To have that massive injury in the middle of this kind of point of the season so far, and he's been on the bookend of either the start of the season or right now, basically his first full start in the Premier League. Had a bit of a cameo against Everton, where he played a great ball into Erling Haaland there as well. You have to say, he is settled into life very, very well. And for £30 million, I mean, it's bargain of the century. It's Dickinson's real deal kind of bargain of the century. The second thing we learned, no Reinders in the midfield today. I actually think that was the right decision from Guardiola. Reinders at the base of the midfield against Aston Villa didn't work. It looked a little bit lightweight. I thought it was good on the ball, but too many attacking midfielders in one midfield. It's just not right. I think Nico Gonzalez, for me, starts every single game from now until the end of the season, with the caveat that if Rodri's back, then Rodri starts every single game. And then the caveat on top of the caveat is, in a big game, and we don't know who's ahead of those 2 midfielders. Is it Bernardo? Is it Marmoush dropping deep? Is it Cherokee playing number 10? Is it, of course, Phil Foden? Then I actually think you've got to play Nico and Rodri. But for me, if you can get 38, 45, 50 games out of someone like Nico, where you could, he's a young guy. Rodri's played 50 games before. I know he's young. I'm not saying he's Rodri's level. But for me, Nico Gonzalez has to play every single game, basically, for Manchester City, unless Rodri can come back. That's how I see it. Reinders comes on. I thought he was good when he came on, but it was the right decision for me. And that midfield, when Nico tucks into midfield, you've got Bernardo, you've got Phil Foden, you've got Cherokee, and then you can let Doku be free, you can let Savinho be free, you can let Marmoush be free, Haaland be free, but it can't be Savinho, Oscar Bob together, or Doku and Oscar Bob for me, unless it's League Cup opposition. Against a top side like Bournemouth, it works with Cherokee, Foden, Bernardo, Nico. That's kind of 4-4-2 with basically Doku off the left. At points he was on the right with Erling Haaland. That makes a lot more sense in terms of preventing the counter-attack for me. Erling Haaland's form, again, it's absolutely sensational. It's also very concerning because the form's so good that these other guys aren't scoring goals. It's maybe not their fault. They're not getting the chances because you just feed everything into Erling Haaland. But the goals have to be spread around. Currently second in the Premier League table. If you're going to make that move above Arsenal, who are a special side, Arsenal have got Gyökeres and Rice and Trossard and Martinelli, Saka. All these guys, I dare say someone like Jurrien Timber's got more goals than anyone else at Manchester City except for Erling Haaland this season. That's a big, big concern. Well, I know it's the truth, except for the Burnley centre-back. So I know it's the truth. It has to be spread around more, and that's down to the manager, in my opinion, because I get it. A lot of crosses go into Haaland deep first time, but you want to see a little bit more play where other players can get opportunities at different angles, different parts of the pitch. That's how I see it anyway. Nico O'Reilly gets his goal. It was an unbelievable finish. It really, really was. The power he hits it, beats Petrovic. Nico O'Reilly is the first choice left back now for Manchester City. His record actually playing at the club is unbelievable. He's lost, since starting football matches for Manchester City's senior squad, he's lost a big game to Tottenham in the League Cup last season. And of course, the FA Cup final, where I thought he was actually the best player on the pitch for Manchester City, losing to Crystal Palace. Of course, he's been in a winning side or a non-losing side ever since then, basically. He's a big, big asset to Manchester City. He's the best left back the club's got right now. I like Nuri. I like rotating him in and out, but for me, Nico O'Reilly's a starter. And the fifth and final thing is Donnarumma. The mistake is a little bit amateurish. Top keepers, someone like David Raya hasn't had much to do. And I guarantee you next week, if he faces a 30-yard volley, he isn't making that kind of mistake, or a corner coming in. He's not making that mistake. Top-level keepers keep focus, even if they're playing for a treble-winning Bayern Munich side. Manuel Neuer would always be ready, always be sharp. And a corner's going to come in probably 500 times a season on top of Donnarumma. He can't be making those kind of mistakes against someone like Tyler Adams, who's tiny, or whoever was marking him. So that's how I see it. It's a very, very big win. You can't lose to Bournemouth or draw to Bournemouth and try and be in a title race at home. You can't. I'm sorry. Bournemouth are a great side. Iriota's fantastic. But we're not losing to these lot 1,000,000%. No way. When I was a kid, they were nearly in the Vanarama League. They're an unbelievable club, and they're competing very, very well. But you have to be beating Bournemouth. You have to. With the quality on the pitch, the money on the pitch. And it did show today. It was a very, very good performance. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you very, very soon.